All right, we are here, episode 158 of Ring Takes here. Of course, we're with Brian and Lewis. I'm Daniel of Ring Takes. Very exciting week for WWE with SmackDown and Raw last week and this week's Monday Night Raw. Lots to talk about. And the biggest question I had starting off the show is WWE back on track? Is WWE finding its mojo at the right time? We have stars returning, we have former stars returning, and there's starting to be some type of continuity from show to show, building, branching storylines. Some good things are happening. We can start off on SmackDown. Chelsea Green did not relinquish her WWE Championship, which was a surprise, right? Because all the rumors going into with her broken eye socket, her orbital bone, was, is she going to relinquish the title now? She just won the title. Is she going to relinquish the title? This is bad. And I sat there and I said to myself, well, Rhea Ripley didn't relinquish the title for over a month or so. And then we had Liv Morgan, who didn't even defend the title for 100 days. And I'm like, they're not even using the titles. Eventually, Rhea Ripley had to relinquish her title. Chelsea Green has a broken eye socket right now. We don't know the timetable on her in terms of getting that cleared. But what did you guys make of her promo and Nick Aldis deciding not to relinquish the title from her and have Chelsea Green reset herself, actually hold on to the title and give her 30 days to get cleared?
So that promo that she cut,
Is
honestly,
Brian gone? Yeah, well, there we go, folks. Lewis, thoughts on Chelsea Green holding on to her title? Mm-hmm.
I think it's great. Just because she deserves this spot,
Yeah.
deserves this moment.
all that.
And I mean, again, they didn't relinquish it for Rhea, who has a more serious injury, and then so why should they do it for her? I'm not gonna lie. So I did go to SmackDown.
Yes, you did. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was a little late, so I did not catch that promo.
Terrible. Terrible,
Hey,
man.
it was a struggle getting over there. All right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was either going or not going, and like I already had the tickets too, so whatever. But either way, I'm glad she still has a title. I mean, I think the injury. Yes, we kind of saw like the black eye, and she still participated later in the night, which
Yep.
I feel like they wouldn't let her do that if she was not cleared at all.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is something where maybe she'll go back to the mask or whatever to protect that, and maybe it won't be a lengthy recovery time, but at least she can still be there, still show her face, still show the title.
Yep.
Again, she deserves it, and hopefully she heals up soon and we get some title defenses.
Yeah, I thought the promo was great from her. Very baby face, kind of stamping herself as the champion. I thought that was pretty good in terms of that, and basically speaking from the heart, right? Because Chelsea Green has never been taken really seriously since she's come into WWE, right? In terms of that, people always wanted her to do good and be better and stuff like that. But the fact that she has developed this little character right now in being the babyface champion and delivering a babyface passionate promo stating what she's worked so hard to get here and all the bumps in the road and people not taking her seriously, for her to passionately passionately be passionately be in the as the champion. I thought it was awesome for her. I thought it was a nice touch for Nick Aldis to say that he was going to relinquish it, and then he decided to backtrack and say, for the betterment of the division and the betterment of respect for Chelsea Green, we're going to hold on to the title for you and give you 30 days to get cleared. I thought that was a very, very nice touch for that, for her. So I'm glad that she's actually getting a chance to heal up and hopefully continue this reign as of right now. We had Gunther get involved. We had Matt Cardona get involved. Gunther continuing to be the sleazy heel that he is, kind of mocking Nick Aldis and Chelsea Green for being there. Matt Cardona came down and they had a match. So Matt Cardona's getting used as well. So what do we think about that involvement of that? Brian, you got cut off there, but what are your thoughts on Chelsea Green retaining the title and then Gunther's involvement? Is he gone again?
Uh,
Yeah.
still there?
What's going on here? Let's see.
Oh, you can't keep him.
Can't keep him. Can't keep him. Tough to get these type of guys. He's getting big. He's big time in this, Lewis. But I thought Gunther's involvement, because we're kind of wondering what he's gonna do, and it's kind of just be the thorn in Nick Aldis' side for whatever decisions he makes going forward. Until he gets inserted back into the main event picture, we'll see what happens with that. As for Matt Cardona sticking up for Chelsea Green,
Perfect.
he's on TV. He's doing something.
Yeah.
It was a fiery promo from him as well, and for him to get involved in that, I thought that was a good look for him. To kind of stick up for his wife, even in a losing fashion, impromptu match. But I thought it was pretty good. Other notes from SmackDown: Baron Corbin defeating Carmelo Hayes in his home city.
Terrible.
Now I'm just questioning what are they doing with
He
Carmelo
beat him
Hayes?
clean though.
He beat
which
him
is-
clean, which is stupid because he's a heel. He's a heel. Baron Corbin is a heel. Let him cheat.
But you know what's funny? I feel like maybe I'm looking back at like Black and Gold NXT, but I feel like the heels back then still won clean. A lot. At least when it came to like PLEs. Obviously, like big storylines, they'd have people, come interfere or whatever. But I feel like a lot of NXT had people win clean, and which I'm not against. But it's just like, what are we doing to this guy? It's like this guy, like he has such a backing. Again, it's the curse of being in your hometown. But I mean, and it's like, you had him lose. He lost to Baron Corbin first, right? And then that's how he went. Baron Corbin went after Trick, right?
No, Baron Corbin didn't win anything. He just got involved in their match.
Yeah, he just messed up their match.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's
so
all
it's
that was.
like he just comes back, he gets the title shot, he gets the title, and it's just like you're just gonna gloss over new talent like that. I get it. You're bringing him back. You want to use him. And I understand the heel and the chase, but it's just like we've already been clamoring for Carmelo to go up, and you just keep knocking him down even further. It's like, where does he even go from this? And it's not like we're not seeing him regularly week to week either.
I don't like the fact that one, they had him have a strong return when he attacked Baron Corbin, and then for him just to lose clean the next week doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I would have loved Trick Williams to get involved and kind of mess up the match, and maybe that's how we get to a triple threat. Maybe you continue to build this, but for Baron Corbin just to beat him clean in the ring, I did not agree with and did not like that at all. That was very distasteful, and I don't know what they're doing with Carmelo Hayes, man, because it's like he's so talented. He carried the NXT brand for a while as a face and a heel, made it work, and they've kind of just thrown him to the wayside. And I don't understand that. There's ways to do it. Again, I thought they should have had Baron Corbin cheat. Either cheat or have Trick Williams break up the match and make it a fatal triple threat down the line or something like that. Or maybe Trick invokes his rematch clause and then Carmelo gets involved and breaks up that. Maybe that leads to the triple threat. But as for right now, I'm just disheartened by what they did to Carmelo Hayes because he deserves. I'm not saying he has to win all the time, but he deserves better booking. I'll say that much at least.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, I'm just disappointed with that. Brian's still having technical difficulties there, but we'll keep moving on. Kevin Owens and CM Punk getting heated there. Gonna have their match, I believe, next week. I believe it's in Toronto. Between those two, and a lot of history from the indies, from the ROH days and stuff like that. And WWE, the fact that they have the ability to tap into that at some point, they can use history, people. WrestleMania was not a sham. They can tap into people's history and let people talk.
Again, whoever ran that whole Cody Randy, it's like, do you not know what history is? Do you not know that there was a WWE in 2010 and stuff, 2015? Like, Jesus.
They were a faction. They were history there. There's a lot of history between Randy and Dusty. Like we can go to that. It's okay. It's okay. We can do this. And The fact that they didn't do that was disheartening. But touching back on this with Kevin Owens and CM Punk, the fact that Kevin Owens touched on the history between these two and how CM Punk wasn't always too nice to to Kevin Owens, and how CM Punk kind of left the indie guys kind of up for stray when he stepped out and walked out and stuff like that. And CM Punk basically not apologizing, saying basically, yeah, I've evolved as a person, evolved as a wrestler, evolved as a champion, XYZ, and how Kevin Owens is basically stuck in the past. And that didn't sit well with Kevin Owens. But what do you think about these guys going back and forth? We knew it was going to be awesome on the mic, but what do you think about this?
I thought it was a great back and forth. I liked how it legit feels like a very personal feud. Obviously, there's a lot, and you saw them like hinting, obviously the whole Colt Cabana situation, or even just KO not even trying to bring that. Like, no, this goes even further. Like, I've known you since way back when.
2005.
And you thought the same thing about me that back then. And I love how Kevin Owens presented it. Or, well, I guess first of all, Punk tried to be like, you don't change, you don't try to be better, you don't try to do this. And he's like, you know what? That's probably what you did, and I did the furthest thing for that. And look at where I've gotten just being me. Look at where all the crap you said about me, and how terrible and how shitty or how not motivated or not being better got me. It got me to the same spot you're at. So for him to kind of just be there, like, well, at least they both acknowledge that they've done some great things,
Yeah.
But it's also like, you've done this, yeah, I've done that, but it's still kind of the same people that they were back then. There's still, there's still animosity there, and that, obviously, whether they actually really don't like each other or they're just using old past stuff that they might have already squashed to kind of just fuel this whole thing, I think is great. And it's definitely, this is how you build a story. Like, this is how you let them go off, which is kind of how the whole Randy Cody thing kind of started, but just didn't come to fruition.
Yeah.
So let them talk, let them bring things up, let them talk smack, and then just let it go to blows, But I really hope this isn't a one-off as well.
I think there's enough room
Yeah.
to breathe for this, and I think they should get a even if this branches into something else, I feel like you can still have these guys still involved with each other, maybe even Sammy, maybe even Cody, Gunther, whoever gets involved at some point. But I feel like there's enough players involved to get more people involved, but there's enough between these two guys to carry this, where this can go on for a couple months. I'm not mad at that if that happens, because I remember Kevin Owens and the Cody Rhodes feud that went on for a couple months, and it should have went on a little bit longer than that, in my opinion. But ended up not happening. Basically, Kevin Owens just saying, "You're a jerk, you're a fraud, you left us all hanging," and stuff like that. Kind of what everyone has kind of said about CM Punk. But But the Kevin Owens delivery, and I think that's something that we've been missing a lot, because it used to be Drew McIntyre doing all this, right? But now it's Kevin Owens. So to see Kevin Owens do this, it reminded me of like Eddie Kingston, kind of just making it feel a little bit real. Any feud he's in, going in, just talking trash and stuff like that. He can make it out of nothing. But I thought this was very good between the both of them. I'm looking forward to their match next week. That's just not next week. That's not even on Saturday Night's Main Event. So maybe a missed opportunity, but it's next week in Toronto. But I'm like, it should have been on Saturday Night's Main Event. That would have been fine. But I think it's a good feud between the two. I like the fire and build that they had between the two. So that's the thing I'm looking forward most between these two. And of course, they're going to have a great match. I think that's the best thing about it. I think they're going to have a great match. Moving on, we had the MFTs winning the tag titles, defeating Priest and Truth and the War Raiders out of nowhere. You had firsthand accounts of that. What did you think of the MFTs winning the tag titles?
Again, not again, but why are they calling themselves the MFT? You got rid of you left Solo. You got Haku there now. Even the Tongans sound better.
something.
They still being called MFT because it just doesn't make sense. But
You're not going to call them the Samoan SWAT Squad, but you can come up with something. You can come up with something. Like,
you
come
can't
on,
even call him Gorillas of Destiny anymore. He's not even there anymore.
give him something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, again, Damian Priest and R-Truth were really a makeshift tag team.
Thank God that's over. R-Truth did say they were going to come back after the titles, but
Of course they are. They're gonna go after them again.
please God, don't do it. It's over.
I
It's
honestly
okay.
felt like the War Raiders probably would have benefited from it just because they've been doing their stuff in AAA and they got those other titles and let them collect some titles and maybe actually bring some prestige to it. But I guess they can use that right now. Maybe we're actually starting to get a tag team division finally because I feel like this is the first real tag team match we've seen in a while.
On SmackDown, at least.
On SmackDown, at least. And it's like, can we rebuild? Like, there's still so many other teams. You got Fraxium. You got Umberto and
Los Garzas.
Those Garzas. There we go. I don't get why tag team wrestling has just fallen to the wayside so badly. I feel like at least in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it also had some highlights, but it's like I don't know why just no consistency, But again, not mad at it. They look like a good team. I don't really see what Haku is bringing to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna cut a promo at some point? Is he gonna actually say something? He's just kind of appeared and he's just like
I know. I think I liked when he first came back. He had that little vignette with him, which I thought was cool, but I would like him to talk a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like him to talk a
Be
little
their
more.
Manager.
Yeah.
Strike fear into people,
Hit the Tongan death grip on somebody at ringside. Something. use the staff. Something. Do something of that nature to handicap them, or at least to make them heels and stuff like that. But I feel like the tag team division. I feel like the War Raiders can help with that. The Creed brothers can definitely help with that. Like, put some more tag teams there that can actually go. And I think that's something that can possibly help those guys because they're going to need some people to face. It isn't like the Usos. It isn't like the New Day are over there. It isn't like Rey Fenix and Penta are a tag team as yet. So I do like them. Again, I do like them winning the tag titles. I feel like it gives them a new, fresh look. It puts the paint on. This actually works where you put the title on somebody, in my opinion. It's just that they need a new team name. The MFTs, Solo's not there anymore. The group is not there anymore.
Yeah.
Get a new name for them easily. Brian, what do you think about the MFTs winning the tag titles?
All right, how much did I miss, man? Because I make a big fuss about this last week on the show, saying things are going to be different, and yet here we are, exact same circumstances. I apologize. As you guys can see, I had to change my location, so I'm actually directly next to my router now. So I don't know how long. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but how much did you guys cover up until now?
You missed the Chelsea Green not stripping of her title, Baron Corbin defeating Carmelo Hayes. What's going on with Carmelo Hayes? The Kevin Owens and CM Punk heated feud building there. Mm-hmm. That's
okay.
all.
Okay. So you want me to attack all three of those right now? Because I can't.
Yeah, you can if you want. Yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So starting off with Chelsea Green before I got cut off to start off the show. She really showed me something with that promo that she cut. Remember Daniel when we were on Wrestling Spotlight, and we talked about Cruz Montana and his name change, and I brought up the fact that sometimes the talent of an individual supersedes whatever name change that they make. Pretty much saying that sometimes someone's talent is undeniable.
Yeah.
That's what that promo with Chelsea Green kind of showed me.
Mm-hmm.
When she was going through that entire spiel of pretty much, defending herself and keeping the title, one of the things that she talked about all the stuff that she had been through, being thrown in a dumpster, getting caked, getting hit with pie, and saying that I've never been creamed on like this. She's been booked in a lot of very.
All right. Yeah, we'll keep moving on. We'll see if we can get him back here in a moment. Sorry for people for the really going on about something there. Let's keep moving on. In the meantime, Jacy Jayne is the new United States champion. I will say this about Jacy Jayne: didn't really care about her on NXT. Didn't really care.
Same.
I thought she was
I didn't
just.
even really watch NXT like that, but
I thought they were just seeing what they had with her, and then they just put the title on her because she's been there for a little while and had no traction or anything like that. I will say this: her finisher, the Rolling Encore, I love that. I love that move. I love that move.
how does it go?
It's basically just a turnaround. It's just a forearm.
Yes, like the Christian. It's like the Judas effect,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. It's like just a spinning forearm, and I love it. It's not backwards. It's forwards. So, yeah. So she picks up the win over Tiffany Stratton. Chelsea Green again making another appearance in the night. They are next to Tiffany Stratton, and the numbers game from Fatal Influence picked up on Tiffany Stratton there and Chelsea Green. So what do you make of Jacy Jayne winning the United States title? We talked about it last week about what direction she's going in after SummerSlam. Is she going after the main title or is she going after the United States title? She went after the United States title and ended up becoming the champion.
I think it's good for them. It makes their group look really strong. They got the tag titles, they
All
got
the
the US
gold.
title. Oh, they got all the gold. And at first I was like, and this is the thing. I don't know if it's a thing of like where, some call-ups come up and they kind of get lost in the shuffle. They're just there, but they're actually doing something with them. They gave them the titles. She just got this title. Obviously, they're probably trying to move with this story with Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton. Seems like that friendship's definitely going to blow up and at least hopefully set up a heel turn for Tiffany because she definitely needs that. I think it's good for her. I mean, I feel like Tiffany didn't really do much with that U.S. title. She kind of just carried it around.
They just don't want to book it.
That too. And it's funny because I feel like, like compared to like the IC title, I feel like it's been booked. At least it's been showcased a lot more. I mean, again, we had Tiffany in the qualifying match for SummerSlam or whatever. Like,
Yep, the ladder match. Yep.
Just like not really being booked to defend that title as much. So at least with her, we know. Well, she'll have new challengers. Obviously, the numbers games are going to help her win nonstop, and it's going to be a good chase with some baby faces, but I'm not mad at it. Again, I think same as you, I was not a big fan. I don't know, something about their group is a little bit better on the main roster. We'll see if we get more out of it, if they show us more character, more depth, but we'll see.
Yeah, again, I love it. I think it's a good, because I was kind of questioning them getting called up at first and what their positioning on the main roster was going to be, but they are an actual faction. They have a tag team. They have a leader. Like, there's actually makes sense. So, from that standpoint, it was good. It was just how it was going to materialize on the main roster, and I feel like a good thing for them is to go after the United States title. Maybe there's a lot of babyface characters. I can't even think of the SmackDown division right now in terms of mid-carders right there that can challenge her. But I think it's good that they do. Is that me being let in? Oh, that's Braun. Hey, Braun.
Yeah. So apologies. I'm gonna have to resort to this for tonight.
mobile. But no, we were talking about Jacy Jayne winning the United States title. Just thinking about what she's done, I'm just thinking about in my head what this is going to lead to for Tiffany Stratton, because if anybody I thought was going to take the United States title off of her, it would have been Blake Monroe, right? Because she's kind of been teasing Tiffany, kind of getting involved with her and Chelsea Green and stuff like that. So I'm like, is this going to be a weird where they turn Tiffany heel and then her and Blake Monroe team up, and maybe that's Chelsea's new challenger? But I don't know. I don't know where they're going with that, because I thought Blake Monroe was going to take on Tiffany at some point, but it looks like they're pivoting from that, at least for right now. But Brian, what do you think of Jacy Jayne winning the United States title?
Oh, so you guys hear me, right?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. So I actually saw it coming. I mean, as soon as Fatal Influence they won the tag team titles, you knew eventually that Jacy Jayne was either going to capture either the United States or the WWE Women's title. It's a proclamation that they made when they came to the main roster about them being draped in gold. They are still considered a new act for the women's division. They've done a hell of a job so far, despite the booking. I know that we didn't like them being booked against the Bellas and Paige because that whole nostalgic storyline. We're kind of over it now, but like you said, Daniel, they did kind of pivot away from Blake Monroe. I mean, I would have loved to see her and Tiffany Stratton. I thought that was a good story that they could have went with. But I think they're going to lean more into Tiffany turning heel on Chelsea. Like, I feel like eventually, when Chelsea does lose the title, I feel like they're gonna use Tiffany and officially turn her back heel, which is the character she should be anyway. So
my issue with that, my thing is that I think Tiffany and Blake Monroe are the same person in a sense. When Tiffany first came to the main roster, she was all about herself, being egotistical. And I think WWE might have seen that. They're both blonde. They're both great in the ring. I feel like they're too much alike where I think they might have been like, maybe this isn't the way to go. And maybe this is a way for them to pivot both of them to turn on Chelsea Green and go after her in some capacity. Because I just think Tiffany and Blake are the same person. I feel like they're the same kind of cockiness, same kind of me type of mirror images of themselves.
I don't see. Dan, I'm only going to disagree because I actually remember getting into an argument with somebody on social media over this because it was a point in time when she was Mariah May in AEW and Tiffany Stratton was on top of WWE. There was that natural comparison, and even then I was just like, the only comparison between both of them is that they both have blonde hair. Other than that, character wise, they're two completely different characters in my opinion because. As a heel, Tiffany Stratton, she's perky, she was bubbly, the whole oh my god type of attitude. But Mariah, she was sinister, she was vicious, she was vindictive. So
they are the two bratty high school chicks that are popular and piss everybody off. That's how I see them.
I get Dan. I get what you're saying. Where like, I think it's more of a comparison. Yes, the look is very similar, but then yes, they are similar heels. But I get what Brian says. At least in AEW, she was a more conniving.
It was more mean streak.
Yeah, and like sinister. Like the feud she had with
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm was amazing. It had a beautiful ending and everything. It was a perfect story, perfect send off as well. I feel like we just have not. We haven't. I don't know. I haven't really seen her in NXT, but again, I haven't even seen her on SmackDown. So in like the vignettes, it is very similar to Tiffany's character. So it's like once we actually get her in matches, get her tactics, see what she really is all about, I think then we'll see a difference. But a lot of people are going to be like, well, look, she's got the same look. She's got the same heel, character. So they're the same. One might end up being better than the other one, but
something.
Yeah, there's gonna have to be something that differentiates them. And I don't know. I feel like we'll get that once she's actually like let to actually go off and actually have a feud, because I feel like we haven't even seen her yet.
Yeah.
Oh no, we definitely haven't seen her. I mean, she's just been attacking people backstage pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. So we'll see what happens with that. But I do like the fact that Jacy Jayne is the new United States Women's Champion. Hopefully they can build that. I was trying to think of somebody in the mid card. I forgot to look at the roster. But I feel like that everyone's a heel.
You got the baddies.
I feel like everyone's a heel right now.
You got the baddies.
All right.
What's her? Julia. The other one we haven't seen.
Kiana James.
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace actually would be great. They have that NXT history. So.
All right. Can I try again?
Feel free.
Trying to go through everything that you guys are already covered. Honestly, this might be the way to go moving forward. I might just go mobile from now on. I mean, because until I figure this out. But yeah, but I was just talking about how like Chelsea Green's talent. She showed me with that promo that her talent will supersede any type of booking that she's in. A lot of people, when you get booked the way that she's been booked with all that comedy stuff, you're never taken seriously. But her talent, her talent in ring, her talent on the microphone, it really translated to the point where when she cut that promo, you really were kind of hoping that she kept the title. And I'm glad that they went in the direction of just saying that she has 30 days to recover, because she has earned it up until this point. Rhea Ripley is going to be out for forever. How long that's going to be? So you can have Chelsea as your champion. Honestly, she's one of the biggest baby faces in the company right now. I mean, you guys heard the reaction that she got.
They don't want him to be great, Lewis. They don't want him to be great. They don't want him to be great. Oh man,
there's got to be something going on with the internet in Rhode Island for some reason.
Oh man, something in Rhode Island. They got something going on down there. Let's see. Hopefully we can get him back. But let's keep moving on here. SmackDown ended with Randy Orton.
Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight's just not my
coming
night.
to blows. They're gonna have a big match at Saturday night's main event, as they announced.
I'm not even gonna.
What do you make of this? They're
again.
finally doing it right and actually including the history.
Like I said, bro, my internet is acting up, bro. I don't even know what the problem is anymore.
I'll take it.
Like, I don't know,
There's
bro.
no stakes
Like,
now, though. There's no title.
bro, it's definitely the
a blood
Wi-Fi,
feud.
bro. And I'm next to the router now.
The blood
So, bro, it can honestly.
for a title, or at least number one contender.
Yes, I could see that. Yes, I can also see that.
You know what's funny though is, again, I was there with my son, and like when he's watching this whole thing, he's like, "Oh, what's he doing? Oh, like, can you believe he just hit Cody with the chair? Randy just hit Cody just hit Randy with the chair, and blah blah blah." So it was. I like how they kind of tried to set up like the same thing he did last time, and Cody kind of got his get back and everything.
Yep.
Which again, I think I'm just doing my whole fantasy, but it's like, when are we gonna get heel Cody? Just give me black hair, or not even. Just give me, like you've been saying, just give us Homelander. Like, just let him take people out. He needs his own faction. Like, he needs give him his own suit and tie guys. Like,
Yeah. Mm. The Nightmare Factory,
simple.
something.
Yeah.
Something.
Funny enough to add to SmackDown, though, obviously afterwards was Cody tagging with Femi.
So that did happen.
Vision.
Mm-hmm.
And you sent me the thing, which I thought was great, and I was like, because they walked Randy off after Cody beating him up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, okay, and then you see the Vision come out. We're like, oh, and then they start circling them, and then everything goes dark, and you just hear, "Ooh!" And we're like, "Oh shit!" Okay. So that was great to see.
That's
him
awesome.
Live. I didn't get to see the whole match, but it was still great to see his entrance live, though.
That's awesome. That's awesome that they actually did that. I don't know why they had the Raw tag team titles come over. I don't understand that, but yeah, we heard about the dark match potentially happening, and it did. So that was awesome. As for Randy and Cody, anything's better than what we got at WrestleMania, and I'm for it. If they're gonna brawl and fight each other, because technically Randy did screw Cody out of the title, right? Like, and I think that's the biggest pain in the ass is that happened, because at least for Cody, it gives him a reason to go after Randy, right? Rather than Colt, because he did beat him at WrestleMania and stuff like that. So Randy getting his get back in that match, costing him the title. I think that was a very, very nice touch to it. These guys feuding now, I'm for it. Again, they're going to fight on Saturday night's main event, and I feel like that's a good thing, because I feel like they should have used Saturday night's main event. This is what Saturday night main event should be used for building these feuds, continuing these feuds, and moving forward. I feel like that's what they should be doing. Yeah, that was it for the SmackDown side of things. Let me see here. Do I have any other notes from SmackDown? I don't think so. Yeah, let's keep moving on. Let's move on.
Yo,
Yeah,
if
go
I
ahead,
if
Brian.
I if I drop out again, you guys can just finish the show as a 2-man show because I don't want to keep coming in and coming out, interrupting you guys' thought process, messing up the show. So
They
so
don't. They don't
far,
want you to talk about Chelsea Green, man. They do
yeah,
not want you
exactly.
to talk
Yeah,
about Chelsea.
I'm gonna let that go and just save that for next week's show before I figure it out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let's head over to Raw. Stephanie Vaquer calling out Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan basically coming out and saying, I didn't have to defend the title because I'm a champion for myself. I don't do it for anybody else. And they were going to beat her down. And then Becky Lynch came out, and it's kind of playing, can they coexist together between these two women against the Judgment Day? So it's 3-on-2 right now. Is Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer are going to have each other's back. But what do you guys make of Stephanie Vaquer coming out and basically challenging Liv Morgan and getting the help from Becky Lynch?
It's great. It's a great story. Obviously, you got two top candidates going after the title. Obviously, you got the vet and Becky. Kind of being like, I've done all this. You want to sit here and say you don't need my help, or you don't want my help at all, fine. Watch what happens. But either way, I'm gonna still be paying attention because I'm going after that title too. So it's a good story. It's a good setup. I feel like we've seen this story numerous times, where let's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So dang, your camera's off.
Yeah, it's I'm still here. Just handling something.
So yeah, it's a good spot. Obviously, we're gonna probably get a tag match with them too, which honestly probably should just do it like a Saturday night's main event, and then even have them lose, and then that's how you kind of get. Because they can't work together, that's kind of how you set up the triple threat. So I think a triple threat with all three of them would be phenomenal. Or even if they want to go the route of having them two feud, and then whoever comes out is actually the next number one contender. So they could go either way, but either way, it's a good story.
Yeah, for sure. Thoughts on that, Brian?
Yeah, Lewis, I completely agree with you. It is a great story. I know I talked about last week about how that I really hope they don't go in the direction of just having a one-on-one match between Stephanie and Becky, and then the winner gets Liv, and then Liv and the Judgment Day come out and attack everybody, and then they announce a triple threat. I mean, at this point, I just would like for them just to announce the triple threat just right off the bat, because it's already building in that direction. Stephanie and Becky Lynch are a breath of fresh air to the Raw women's division right now. They're a part of the reason why, as Daniel said at the beginning of the show, why WWE seems to be trending in the right direction right now, bringing some of these big names back. It's a great story, and it's going to be very interesting moving forward how they're going to book it. Like I said, they should just announce the triple threat. Let's not even waste time with having a one-on-one match that's going to end in a DQ.
Absolutely, I agree too. I'm even fine if Liv wins the match. I think we just need more challenges for her because even with her first reign, there was really they really didn't do anything with her in terms of defenses or challenging anybody. For the first 100 days of her reign, she didn't really have a challenger. So now we got two vital challengers, former champions in their own right, that can go up against her. So I'm just happy for anything right now with Liv Morgan in terms of this title reign and trying to add to it. So I'm for that. Let's keep moving on. What do we have? Javon Evans defeating JD McDonough, but Big Cass. Don't take it personal, Mr. Big Cass. Taking out Javon Evans. What do we make of that? Obviously, this is looking like, I wouldn't even mind if this is on Saturday night's main event. This looks like it's a feud building. Kind of the first for Javon Evans in WWE in terms of on the main roster, but also for returning Big Cass, who looks impressive in terms of being this dominant heel for this young, plucky star. And I hope they delve into that a little bit more, even with Big Cass, of explaining why he's doing this. But what do you guys make of this whole interaction between Big Cass and Javon Evans?
He needs to stop doing that damn bear hug. It does not look good.
I mean, it's a setup. It's a setup for the finish, though.
I get it, but just go either like throw him against the ropes and do that swing, but the bear hug is.
Yeah, I'm not with the Baker. I'm not with the bear
You know
hug.
what it's giving me? Flashbacks of bear claw Keith Lee. Like, don't we don't need that.
He didn't do a bear hug, did he?
Yes, he picks him up and he has him like this, and then he swings and does this whatever it's called, the side Manhattan Slam. I don't know what the hell it's called.
Boss man slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the hell it's called. But other than that, I like Big Cass's presentation. Obviously, the dude's cut to shreds, and he's freaking whatever his actual height is.
7 feet tall, and you can't teach that, Lewis. Come on.
I mean, just saying. Big Show did it first, a giant with abs, So I think he looks great. He actually hasn't had to say much. It hasn't been like an overkill, so he's just coming out, taking people out. It's good building up the mid card, and you have him go after the IC title at some point. I think great. I think definitely giving Javon something, a feud, even if he doesn't come out on top, but he's still gonna, it's gonna be like David versus Goliath. Even though Javon's not a small dude, but
He's not.
obviously compared to Big Cass, there is a size difference. So I like that. Big Cass is looking strong, and then we're getting something good for Javon. So yeah, hopefully it turns into something good.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Brian?
Like I said, I was skeptical when this feud first started because I was worried about what it would mean for Javon Evans, because obviously with Cass coming back as a monster heel, he has to be strong when he comes back. So technically, whoever's in front of him, he has to go through them. And I was just worried because Javon is a young up and comer that would stall his momentum, but it hasn't done that so far. I mean, Cass has still been that strong monster that they've booked him, and Javon has been showing out week after week, continuing to get better. And I'm curious to see, okay, where do they go? Where do they go? Like, how long is this going to be? Is it just going to be one match where Cass comes out on top and then Cass moves on, or are they going to do a whole back and forth thing? You would think not, because Cass has to, because the whole point of this is to reestablish Big Cass as a monster heel. But I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Javon. I mean, Javon looked very good in the match that he had, and then kind of telling Cass after Cass beat him down, like, is that all you got? I want more. I love the way that played out. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be very interesting moving forward. And by the way, guys, if you guys haven't gotten a chance to to listen to Javon Evans' interview with Chris Van Fleet, I definitely would recommend you guys watch it.
I got through like half of it. I got through half of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's a very good interview. It's one of Chris's better interviews. I actually put it up there with the one he did with Paul Heyman earlier this year too.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good so far from what I've heard. I think this is a good thing for Big Cass in terms of Javon Evans and his match showing fire and being a babyface and stuff like that. And JD McDonough, I got to give him a shout out because he's just a good hand in the ring. He's doing anything they ask him to do, usually in losing fashion, but anything they ask him to do, he's impressive in the ring. I think this is good for Javon Evans because it's basically David versus Goliath, even though Javon is a taller guy. He's not as small as like a Rey Mysterio or something like that in classic matchups like this. So I think it's good from that standpoint for him to actually have a feud and actually go against somebody that's imposing towards him. Because we all thought that he was going to eventually get into the IC title picture, and it's like not everybody can be in the IC title picture right now. Which we'll get to in a little bit. But I think it's just a good matchup, a good pairing to bring this good monster heel to face this good plucky babyface that people are behind, and he's an energetic guy and stuff like that, young and full of enthusiasm. Even in his Chris Van Fleet interview, from what I've saw, that's all we got from Javon Evans is him, just this enthusiastic young kid, happy to be there, but looking to prove himself amongst the stars on the roster. So I feel like this is a good way that he can do that, going up against Big Cass. I think it's a good matchup for everybody involved. Everybody works to different styles. We haven't seen Big Cass in the matches yet on the main roster, but if it's first as Javon Evans, I'm for it. Let's see what happens with that. Can't wait to see what happens. Let's keep moving on. Ruca retains her eyes. Go ahead, Brian.
My bad, Daniel. Before we move on, I just wanted to ask one question about Cass. Do you guys think that they will bring back Enzo down the line, or you think they're just going to stick with Cass by himself for this entire run?
I think this is by himself.
I think they're going to see how he does. Yeah.
I don't think. I think they saw him in TNA. I think they saw him in AEW that he's a big enough entity where he can fill a role, right? Because he's a giant that can actually move and do some things in the ring that looks like a powerhouse and stuff like that. Versus the guys like Omos or a guy that they don't have anymore, Braun Strowman, who I thought was very versatile. They don't have that giant figure on the roster to kind of play that imposing guys for young baby faces or anything like that, or guys to go up against. So I think that's what his role is going to be. I don't know if necessarily he needs Enzo to do that, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just asking. Just asking out of curiosity.
Yeah, I just don't see Enzo coming back right now. I don't. Maybe if he ever turns babyface, but right now I don't see him. I don't see that. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, if he were to have come back with Big Cass, that would have been the opportune time to do it. I think doing it now, I mean, I guess you could, if he ends up getting a match and Enzo comes up and helps him get the dub, maybe, and just kind of have him be that mouthpiece. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see him in that capacity. I can definitely see Enzo as a heel manager, you know what I mean, and being in there, maybe occasionally being in a tag team and stuff like that, maybe that. But as of right now, I don't see it. I think Big Cass is his own entity, at least right now, to carry that, at least. Let's keep moving on. We got Sol Ruca retaining her United States title, her Intercontinental title against Lyra Valkyria in a very entertaining match. Probably Sol's best match on the roster, the main roster, since being called up. This was a very good match for her. And then Lyra was very impressive in this new character that she's kind of building and trying to develop. But what do you guys make of that match with Sol Ruca retaining her IC title?
Well, she didn't retain the IC title. I think it was just a straight up one-on-one match. Remember, Raquel is the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, what am I thinking about? Oh, okay.
I was like, wait,
okay, my bad.
Okay.
My bad. Yep.
All right, so echo your sentiments, Daniel. It was a hell of a match between the two. They had a match in NXT. I don't know if you guys remember, but so they have that chemistry, and it was a great showing. Lyra continues to show out with this new persona of hers. I definitely think if they book it correctly, she could easily be a top heel on the roster. I know that the whole dark character is kind of something that not a lot of people get into, but I feel as though Lyra has the talent where though that she will ultimately make it work. Sol Ruca also, she continues to get better. She's definitely past the botch days of not being able to hit the soul snatcher and all of that. Only thing with Sol Ruca is we just gotta develop her character more. Like, who is she besides the girl that hits the soul snatcher? Like, who is Sol Ruca?
I still don't like her move. I'm sorry. I don't like how people have to set up for it. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, but that's the only thing that she's missing right now. Because right now she's known as the girl that does the cool move. But what else can you do? What is it about you? And they did vignettes for her at NXT, which is why I don't understand why they're not doing the same kind of vignettes for her on the main roster. You could easily just tell a story about her being a gymnastics person, being somebody who loves beach life or whatever the case may be. Like, she has enough intriguing qualities about herself that you could easily tell in a promo package. So that's what they need to do. Like, who is so?
I don't know if she has the charisma to do it, but what I see her with the whole type of surfer gimmick and all this stuff, RVD. That's what I'm seeing from her. I don't know if she has the charisma to pull that type of chops off, but I'm getting those type of vibes. The way she moves in the ring, the way the whole surfer gimmick and all this other stuff, I'm like, I don't know if they can pull that off. I don't know if she has that type of chops about her. I've seen her in NXT and stuff like that, and they kind of not really. They kind of let her in-ring stuff do the talking. But I'm just wondering, I'm kind of with you, Brian. What is her development as a character? And I think she's going to have to try to find that over time. I don't know if they can dive into that right now with her.
Yeah, because I think that's the reason why that she ended up losing. Why they decided to take the women's intercontinental title off of her, because they realized that, like, yeah, she's a great athlete, but character wise, we haven't built her up yet to the point where people want to care. Like I said, right now she's just the girl who does the impressive move. That's why people are into her, because they're waiting for her to hit that move. So there's got to be more to it than that. There's got to be more depth. There's got to be more depth.
I think that's also maybe kind of the curse of putting the IC title on her so fast for her just to lose it after a couple of defenses. It's like, all right, we tried this and we're gonna go with somebody else.
Rather than building up her character and letting her develop and then win the title. Because why do
Common
that?
sense. Common sense, right?
Wins, get some wins, boost your ego, talk about yourself. Again, show us who you are, why you deserve to get that title, and then kids have a huge upset and surprises, but it's like I don't know. There's always times where they try to skyrocket people, and then they're like, we got to backtrack. We're going to try this again, or we're going to do this over. And it's like, you're not doing them any favors by doing that, but I don't know.
They've done it to multiple people. Julia stands out. Stephanie Vaquer stands out. Fucking Ruca stands out. Maxine Dupree. Like, let's build these characters moving forward. And I just don't know what they're going to do with that.
Oh.
And I don't even know what they're going to do with that. But let's keep moving on to two heavyweights. Femi and Braun Breaker are heading towards a crash course towards Saturday night's main event. Going to be interesting. What do you guys make of this promo? I'm going to say this. I don't feel like this needs Paul Heyman. I don't feel like Braun needs Paul Heyman or the Vision right now. And I don't know what direction they're going to go in, but I just don't feel like this one is Paul. I don't feel like Paul Heyman's.
I feel a turn coming. I mean, not a turn, but I think Braun kind of thinks Paul's going to be in his corner if he proves himself.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure Paul's going to try and align himself with Oba. And we'll see if Oba is going to accept him or not. That's kind of where I saw, especially with that handshake at the end of the segment. Or he's kind of like, why are you shaking his hand? Or like, aren't you with me? I see, we've all seen what Paul does. Paul does what he feels is best. Paul does what he thinks is going to be the future. And I think obviously with him beating Brock, that's the future right there. He might have thought at one point Braun was the future, but he's like, look at this guy right now. This guy came in, did the unthinkable, and how do you want me to deny that?
It's definitely going to be interesting. I don't
Um,
could see Braun turning babyface, but I just don't know right now if they're going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do it, because it's like, are you going to turn Femi heel right now?
Yeah, exactly. He's good where he's at right now.
Yeah. And I don't even think he doesn't need Paul Heyman.
No,
I don't think it's in a weird space where I think both these guys can develop not to need Paul Heyman. That's where I'm kind of at with it. I don't think Braun needs Paul Heyman. I don't think that's needed.
I think he does. He can talk, but not the best.
Okay. All right. So I'll say this much, Daniel. I agree with you that this feud doesn't need Paul Heyman, but I'm not frustrated or angry at all that he's involved, because anytime Paul Heyman is involved, it's nothing but positive things as far as the story goes. But using him as kind of like as a catalyst, I'll say it is kind of smart, because like Lewis said, that the handshake at the end, little things like that. They've definitely been teasing a possible separation between him and Braun Breaker. But again, Braun Breaker at this point, he should kind of still be at the level that Femi is in. I mean, he got injured. We tried to rebuild the momentum with the Seth Rollins feud. and now he's a tag team champion, and I feel as though that this clash, even though they booked it the way they booked it, I feel like this should be a lot bigger than what we've seen so far. And I think they know it's not as big, and that's why Paul Heyman is in it. I think that's why, in my opinion, I think that's why he's a part of it.
I mean, he should. I mean, if this was in logical booking, Paul Heyman should be backing Braun Breaker, saying, you need to take this guy out. He took out Brock Lesnar. We need to go after this guy. Don't play around with this guy. Like, we need to take him out, XYZ, and it should be all of the vision basically trying to take out Femi in some capacity and gang up on him or whatever the case may be, in terms of the respect for Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman's fear of this guy becoming the next big thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there should be that type of continuity with it. But them adding Paul Heyman, I guess it puts the battery in Braun's back to prove himself. So I'm not mad at it. I just think these guys are kind of in a space where Paul Heyman might not be needed. But as for right now, they're going to fight each other at Saturday night's main event. We'll see what happens with that. We got the triple.
Calling it right now. That's a no contest. Nobody's going to win.
It should be that way. I think it should be that
either it's going to be a double count out, double DQ. They're going to end up fighting in the crowd, and then there's probably going to be one big ass spot at the end where both of them are going to be knocked out. Nobody's winning that first match.
Hopefully, that'll be the smart thing. It should end the show. We got the AAA tournament there. We had in our first matchup, we had Dragon Lee defeating Dr. Wagner Jr. I thought that was a good showcase for both those guys. And I think that's one of the things that I've said when they brought up this AAA tournament. This is going to be a good showcase for AAA. And I thought Dr. Wagner Jr. did a very good job on Monday Night Raw, even in defeat against Dragon Lee, who it looks like they're trying to build up. And on the flip side, we had Rey Fenix defeating El Fiscal. In that matchup, it was a solid match. Nothing too much to write home about as much as the first match. But what do you guys make of the AAA tournament developing there?
There's only one thing that I didn't like, and it was the fact that they booked Dragon Lee to win. And the only reason why I didn't like it is because they kind of made it obvious. Look who's in the three of the guys that are in the next round are one of them is a SmackDown star and Rey Fenix, and the other two are guys that are featured on Raw on a weekly basis. I would have loved for them to have Dr. Wagner Jr. win to kind of show that now you got two AAA guys and then you got two guys from Monday Night Raw to kind of put AAA on more of a pedestal. Now we see the second round matchups. It clearly looks like they're going to go in the direction of having brother against brother in the finals. But I still feel as though that they should have had Wagner win. That way, at least AAA gets a little bit more representation. But other than that, the matches have been great. The Dr. Wagner Jr., I remember watching a couple of the matches that he had in NXT, the match he had with Ethan Page. I mean, he's always been very, very solid to me. And Dragon Lee, he's always been a guy that I felt was underutilized. He had a great run in NXT, and he always has great performances. And El Fiscal, I had never seen him, but that match kind of made me think like, okay. And these are the type of guys that they're producing down in AAA. It may be worth watching, even though if it is on a Saturday, which is always tough when weekly professional wrestling shows are on Saturday nights. But the matches have been great so far. The tournament has definitely lived up to the hype. I'm just hoping that if we do get Fenix and Penta in the finals, that match ends up being a five-star banger. And those two guys as brothers. They'll know exactly what to do to make that match stand out. So here's to hoping that that finals match is a banger.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's heading that way because I believe La Parka won the other matchup. I can't remember where that showcase. I think it was SmackDown, not SmackDown. I think it might have been AAA. But La Parka's going to be fighting Penta, so that's a good matchup that's going to happen. More AAA talent in that matchup there, so. I'm just looking forward to it. I think it's leading towards Penta and Rey Fenix, and I think that maybe merges the Lucha Brothers down the line when he goes up against Roman. So definitely looking forward to that. I just think it's a good matchup. I think it's a good showcase for AAA. As you mentioned, El Fascal, I haven't really seen too much from him. But for even that little showcase there on Monday Night Raw, I thought was pretty good. Let's keep moving on. We had Chad Gable retaining his IC title against the ageless one, Rey Mysterio. This was a guy I thought was done so many times.
He's never done.
And
He's never
somehow,
going to be done.
some way, Rey Mysterio just pulls another one out of his hat. And
I'm sorry to cut you off, Daniel, but I literally had to
go
Google
ahead.
Rey Mysterio's age during this match because I was like, time out. This guy debuted in WCW in the mid 90s. And here we are in the year 2026, and he's still putting on bangers like we're still in the mid 90s. Like, yo, that's crazy.
I can't believe that he's still doing this. And at this level, again, I've saw this guy hobbled at times coming to the ring, like where it looks like, all right, this is it. He's not going to be able to wrestle anymore. And somehow he's able to turn back the clock and put on these great matches against Chad Gable, who's pound for pound one of the best wrestlers right now. Like, Chad Gable can't miss. This is perfect. He can wrestle this style, this pace, this quickness, and bring this type of wrestling into it, aspect of it, this technical aspect into it against these high flyers and stuff like that. And it's just amazing how these two guys, Chad Gable, this is I don't want to say peak. I don't know what you call it. This is a wave of momentum. It's magical what he's doing right now at this level. And for him to get this position and for him to Rey Mysterio to be opposing him in this type of matchup on Raw, and they gave him good time and it was a great match. It's like, this is what you should be doing with these titles. This is how you tell the story of Chad Gable continuing it after defeating Penta, after losing his mask down in AAA. Like, this is how you do it. You let this guy showcase what he can do as a wrestler, and I'm glad they're doing it. He doesn't need a lot of promo time, even though he's good on the mic and stuff like that. Just let him wrestle. Just let him be great. Have him continue to fight these guys who are great in ring. I'm interested to see who his next opponent is, and it's just like, just let him keep putting on bangers. Like, use Monday Night Raw, use Saturday night's main event, use this as a tool to push him to the moon. Even if it's not a world title picture or whatever the case may be, he has been phenomenal. and again, as Brian said, Rey Mysterio, I've seen him when he was in WCW with the red mask and all this other stuff, and a young guy. I think he was like 19, 20 years old, something like that. And to see that he's 50 now and doing this and still doing it at a high level, it's amazing to see this guy work still. And kudos to him. I don't know how he does it. This guy has had crazy knee surgeries.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen him get beat up by Eddie Guerrero, Big Show, all these guys. Brock Lesnar, like, in Roman, like all these guys, and he's just still able to put on these great matches. And I'm like, I don't know how. So kudos to him, man. Like, I've heard some people say he's in the greatest of all time talks, and I'm like,
he should be.
He should be. Of how long he's been wrestling, the high level of wrestling that he's doing. It's like, it's insane. Pure insanity.
Yeah.
Pure insanity.
Yeah, I honestly, during that match, there were some slight moments where I was like, is he about to take the title off Chad? Where I really thought, I was like, yo, he hit the 619, yo, he hit the splash, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you can't do this to him already. But that's how good Ray looks in the ring and how well he still moves. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just can't believe it. I saw this guy hobbled. I'm telling you, like, hobbled. It didn't look like he was Rey Mysterio anymore. I was like, he can't keep doing this. And then he continues to do it. I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, and the crowd, like you said, Lewis, the crowd was definitely calling for it, especially at the tail end. Like when he went up to the top rope to hit that splash. I mean, everybody in that audience wanted him to win the title at that point. It seemed like for a temporary second, everyone kind of like moved on from Chad Gable's redemption story, and now they're seeing this 50-year-old continue to amaze, and they just wanted him to come out on top. You know, that just speaks to the talent and legacy of Rey Mysterio.
I've been saying this forever. I don't know what they're doing in AAA. I don't know what they're going to do with the El Grande Americano versus Dom Mysterio. I know Rey Mysterio is the commissioner of AAA. I want him and Dominic Mysterio to fight for the title in Mexico. I want that to happen. I don't know if that was an audition tape to let it happen down there in Mexico, but those guys going up against each other was fantastic. I want to see that in AAA. As for Chad Gable, I want to see him continue to face great challengers. I don't know who his next challenger is. Maybe it's Ethan Page. Maybe it's Rusev or something like that. We'll see what happens. But I was impressed by that match. Let's keep moving on. Roman Reigns. I questioned, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, are we going to see evil Roman again? Well, we got our answer. The answer is yes. We got evil Roman back. Him anointing the Usos as his captains after they tentatively brought Solo Sikoa back into the Bloodline. What do you guys make of that whole action-packed ending segment where Solo's kind of standing up to Roman, he gets beat down, and then they gets the help of LA Knight, and then Jacob Fatu kind of maybe taking umbrage with not being anointed as a captain in the Bloodline and kind of letting Roman handle his own business. What do you guys make of that whole spiel between all those guys?
I thought there was a lot to this segment. I don't really. I guess I don't really get the whole captain thing. I was like, there's only 4 of you guys. You don't have an army, so. But okay, I mean, I guess it looks cool. I did like the Jacob aspect where he's like, nah, like chill out, he's been throwing out all these orders like, oh, don't touch this guy until I say, or don't do this. So he's just like, all right, you gave this order, and then look what happens. You're trying to control me, and look what happens. So I think there's a lot of story building here where it's like, you're not letting me off the leash. These type of things are gonna keep happening, Or you know what? I'm gonna just get so fed up that I'm gonna leave, or I'm gonna just go the other way because Solo right now is looking great. He's looking like the smart one. Like, yo, I don't need to be under you guys. I don't need to be with you guys. I'm doing just fine on my own. And honestly, Jacob was doing just fine on his own too. Yes, he's been looking great as a monster taking people out, but it's just like Roman's putting that restriction on him. So there's a lot of story here. So again, I'm curious to see. Obviously, this looks like it's going to be leading towards War Games, so I'm very curious to see who else is going to be joining this clash, because it seems like it's going to be like a whole Bloodline versus everybody else who hates the Bloodline. So
new guys.
Yeah.
The boys.
The
boys.
The boys.
So.
Nah, I'm again for the Jacob Fatu thing. You didn't anoint me captain. Your captains weren't able to protect you without me. So there's a lot of underlying details with this where Jacob can take umbrage with Roman, and on the flip side of that, the Usos letting Roman down in that spot because they were supposed to deliver Solo to the Bloodline. They didn't do it, even though he defeated Solo. Jay defeated Solo. They didn't get him to submit to the Bloodline, and now you got this whole storyline with Solo and LA Knight. These two guys that have had issues with the Bloodline for the longest time. This is interesting because these are two guys who are so over with the crowd with LA Knight and Solo.
Yeah.
In terms of babyface, I'm like, who's the bigger babyface out of this one here?
I'd still say LA Knight has the advantage. Because like I said, Solo just got hot now. LA Knight's been hot for like 2 years, and they just haven't pulled the trigger.
Fair enough.
All right. To give my opinion on this segment, to give my opinion on the segment, I love the segment just for the fact that there were so many layers to it, and a lot of those layers can foreshadow, future booking. We talk about, Jacob kind of standing in the corner, even though Roman gave him the instruction. Even after Solo finally turns and hits Roman, so Jacob is still standing in the corner, just watching. So you have to think, well, where's that going to go? Is Jacob finally going to be the one to finally say, F all this? I'm forming my own group. I don't want to be the enforcer anymore. I mean, his cousin in NXT is waiting for him if he needs somebody. So I've been saying, I've predicted Zila. I only think Zila's only going to be in NXT for like maybe 5 or 6 months. I think he's going to come over right when the story calls for it. So that's my opinion. LA Knight. Like you said, Daniel, you asked the question of who's more over right now. I still think it's LA, but Solo is coming on strong, and it continues to improve, week after week. Even with the little acting when he teased hitting LA Knight, you even thought that there was a slight second that they were gonna just be like, okay, forget the babyface stuff. He's a heel, and that he was gonna do it. They made you believe just for that split second, and then boom, he hit Roman. I mean, the Usos, the way they've been acting, the way Jay has been acting, talking about the whole calling Jacob a punk ass, and how that's going. Like there were so many layers to this that foreshadow what we could get, whether it's War Games or maybe beyond that. But there's so many things that they did where they can go in a certain direction, and the fans will be entertained by it. I know for a fact that I will. So it was a great way to end the segment. It was a great way to end Monday Night Raw. Definitely looking forward to seeing what comes next. Who would you guys put up against Roman after he faces whoever wins the tournament? Who would you guys put up against Roman next? I still think they should go LA Knight. But if Solo keeps having these consistent weeks where he's getting these babyface reactions, you might have to go Solo.
Yeah.
I can see in a world where Solo gets the title first. I mean, not the title, but he gets the matchup first, maybe on a SmackDown. Not on a SmackDown, on Raw. Just kind of setting up the things more for LA Knight in terms of he actually gets the title shot at a PLE. But I think the major feud should be him and LA Knight. I feel like LA Knight has kind of positioned himself to be in this position with the win at SummerSlam, with his continued momentum. And I feel like if there's ever a time to do a story right now, it's right these months, right? August, September, October, November. Before Royal Rumble, before WrestleMania and stuff like that. If there's ever a time to get him in a feud of this magnitude, even if he comes out on the losing end, I feel like this is a way that you can continue his momentum forward as a challenger and as a person in the main event, legitimately. Even in defeat, I think it's good for LA Knight. He's been great on the promos, which I've been worried about because, sometimes he might struggle on the promo and fumble some words here or there, but he has so much charisma. He's been kicking ass so far. I think him and Solo being paired together, again, Solo has kind of always been in this 6 degrees of separation with the Bloodline. We were all on the side of we hope that he doesn't join the Bloodline in terms because it's like he's his own entity right now. He can do a lot of things. So I think it's good for both of them. It's going to be interesting to see how evil Roman gets if he's going to continue to push the buttons of all these guys. It's going to be interesting. Definitely interesting for sure. But yeah, that was it for our SmackDown Raw review. We're going to pick it up next week. I think we're going to be taking it to AEW next week. AEW All In is next Saturday.
Okay, guys.
Next Sunday. Next Sunday.
No,
Don't spoil anything.
No. I'm not spoiling anything. But now that I've been successfully connected for now 40 minutes, I think I'm confident enough. To finish my spiel from the beginning of the show. I think I'll be good. I'll be good now.
The floor is yours, Brian. The floor is yours.
Okay, so you guys talked about Chelsea Green to kick off the show, and again I talked about how. Okay, I'm still connected. I talked about how her talent had superseded pretty much all of the booking that they've given her, and as a result, that promo that she cut had me looking at her in a completely different light. And it really was a great emotional promo. She really pulled on the heartstrings of a lot of people, and that goes to how great her character work has been. She can very easily be a top baby face on the roster. Like, again, I think we talked about it last week. Like, you could easily make Chelsea Green a serious character. Like, her in-ring work will support it. We've seen what she's done in Lucha Underground and other places. She has that style where you could make her a more serious baby face. And I think she could pull it off, because this promo that she cut is a prime example of how talented that she is. I think she can go into that deeper realm and become a more serious character if they wanted to go in that direction. So then we got the Kevin Owens and CM Punk. I'm glad that they did that promo segment again from last week, because the one that they did the week prior, I really feel like they held back. Like, it could have been so much. Could have been so much better than what we got the week prior. Even my godbrother, who actually went to SmackDown. My godbrother was actually there at the show. Even he compared both of them and said, like, yeah. This week they actually went there with the promo work, which is what they didn't do the week prior, because there's so much history there between them that they delved into that it made for a better promo segment. Plus, the experience and caliber of both of these two guys on the mic warrants them to have a better segment, and that's what we got on SmackDown. And then I think you guys talked about Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
As far as that feud goes, for me personally, as long as Pat McAfee is not involved, I don't care what they do at this point. Just because they kind of rewrote history and kind of just said that whatever the hell happened in the build to WrestleMania kind of doesn't exist anymore. I mean, that's what they should have done from jump. They've been tying it into history. And I like the fact that Randy Orton kind of made the claim that, okay, Cody is never going to be champion again, a la Drew McIntyre, because now this is going to keep Cody out of the title picture, and you're going to have Randy Orton just getting involved, and hopefully this leads to a nice long feud to close out the year between both guys, if they can keep it interesting enough. So I think that was it.
Great way to catch back up. Much needed for that SmackDown breakdown. It's going to be interesting. I feel like WWE is getting, again, healthier. I think they're getting to a place where they actually know what their pieces going forward are. It looks like it. At least for a month since SummerSlam, it looks like they're putting everything together, the puzzle together, to at least build up for a good fall and winter. So definitely looking forward to that. Next week, we'll pick it up with the AEW All-In Breakdown. We'll jump into that. I will brush up on that. I know you guys are a little bit more in expertise in AEW. I'll try to catch up and pick up where we can talk about All-In taking place in London on next Sunday. So we'll bring it back next week and talking about that. We'll pick it back up with WWE heading into Saturday night's main event. But thank you guys always for joining me. Until next time, remember to always kick out on 2.